Welcome to the PhilpseyForce Razorfen Kraul Dungeon Guide. I'm Philpsey, and let's get this puppy started. Alright, so the Razorfen Kraul, where is it located? It is in the southern part of the Barrens, right over here. Let me circle it for you just in case. Bam! There it is. Alright, these are all the quests inside Razorfen Kraul here. So at level 20, you can start Blue Leaf Tubers and Ratchet, though you can't even go inside Razorfen Kraul until you're at least level 24. So, also inside, which is a moot point, you can get Willix the Importer. He's around the last boss. Both factions can get this guy. He is the escort quest, the goblin. Right next to him is the Alliance quest for Mortality Wanes. The last boss will drop a small scroll for Horde, which they will start the Unholy Alliance small chain quest with that. And Thunderbluff, the Horde gets their last boss kill quest called A Vengeful Fate. In Thousand Needles, the Alliance first has to pick up a little notebook, Lonebrow's Journal from the Dead Dwarf, and then take it to the west side of Thousand Needles to turn that into a Night Elf for Crone of the Kraul, which is their last boss kill. And then in the Undercity, the Horde will get Going Guano, which that will lead to the chain quests, Hearts of Zeal for Scarlet Monastery. And then next, this bottom row right here, if you're a warrior, you will do the Fire-Hardened Mail or Brutal Armor quest inside of RFK. So I have the whole chain up to that point for both factions. So good luck, and especially if you think that getting your warrior armor is worth it. Alright, let's move on. So these are all the quest rewards, including the warrior chain quest rewards, and you can keep going on from there if you're the warrior doing your armor quest. Okay, so first, both the Alliance and Horde can choose between a shield, a mail belt, or cloth shoulders. Then the Alliance gets to choose between some leather boots or a cape. Then the Alliance and Horde will both get a small container of gems. The Alliance and Horde, once they do the escort quest, can choose a different ring, so either agility, intellect, or strength. And then if you finish your warrior, it's the exact same thing for Alliance and Horde. It's just called something different, just in case you want to look these things up. All right, next, these are the dungeon-specific BOEs. These things have like a less than 1% chance to drop from almost every mob. So you got yourself a one-handed dagger, a main-hand sword, a two-hand sword, a staff, a two-hand mace, leather gloves, leather shoulders, a mail chest, mail bracers, and a ring. So you can, these are all the names. You can look these up at your own leisure, but these only drop in RFK. So, next. The mobs inside the dungeon. The mobs range from level 24 to 34. It's a pretty big range. They are humanoids, beasts, and elementals. And then there's uncategorized mobs in there, the slimes. There are two rare spawns inside for a total of 8 bosses or 8 name tunes for you to kill and loot. Let's introduce some of the bosses. Here they are. In the order of appearance, and the order in which you will kill them. You will most likely go for Roogug first. And people usually only go for Roogug if you have a warrior in your group working on that quest. And then you'll start going the real route. And you'll go between Aggem Thorncurse and Death Speaker Jargba. Once you kill them, then you're going to kill Overlord Ramtusk. Then if one of the rare spawns is there, Earthcaller Halmgar. And then Agathelos the Raging. And then the next rare spawn, the Blind Hunter. And then the last boss, Charlga Razorflank. So those are all the bosses. Let's see what they have in store for us. So the first one, level 28, Roogug. Okay, so Roogug is not linked with the surrounding mobs, but they are pretty close, so you can like grenade or shoot, pull. Roogug will summon an earth elemental to help them out, and Roogug also casts Lightning Bolt! Roogug has a random loot table, but if you're the warrior and you're on the quest, you need to kill Roogug for that quest item. Next, level 30, Death Speaker Jargba. So he is linked with 2 level 28 elites, so I would say CC and kill them first. The Acolyte, which is one of the ads, can mana burn and heal. The Ground Shaker, which is the other ad, can stun and Earth Shock. And Earth Shock can interrupt any spell if it hits you with it. Jargba himself can cast Mind Control, so he will probably take over someone in your party. So don't kill them. If you have to, CC them or stun them if you really have to. And he can also cast Shadow Bolt. And he will drop a main-handed mace, a cloth chest, and cloth shoulders. Which is kind of weird because it looks like he's wearing mail. Alright, next. Level 30, Aggem Thorncurse. So he will keep summoning these level 30 elite boar spirits, is what the mob is called. So I'll just say, as the tank, make sure you pick up the ads as he calls them in, and kill him. Because if you don't kill him, he'll just keep summoning them. And they're all the same level. And then he doesn't really have much of a loot table, but you can get yourself a white dagger. So if you're really in need, get yourself that thorn spike. Alright, next, level 32, Overlord Ramtusk. So he is linked with 2 ads, a level 29 and a level 30 elite. And I will say CC and kill those first. The ads have Whirlwind as their special move, and Ramtusk himself will cast Thunderclap. Ramtusk does hit hard, so if you're a warrior, keep Shield Block up, and if you're a warrior or a druid, keep Demoralizing Shout up, and that takes off a lot of his damage. This is probably the hardest boss in the dungeon, so if you can beat this, you can beat anything else. He drops the fantastic Corpse Maker Axe, which if you're twinking at level 29 brackets, I'm pretty sure that's the best in slot. A Mail Helm, and his ads have a chance to drop the Armor Piercer Pole Arm. Alright, next. Level 32, Earthcaller Halmgar. This is the rare spawn. Halmgar will also summon Earth Elementals, just like Roogug. Will cast an Earthbind Totem and cast Lightning Bolt! So it's pretty much just like Roogug, except with a better loot table. So they have a chance to drop a staff and a leather helmet. So good luck on getting Earthcaller Halmgar. Next, level 33, Agathelos the Raging. So he's pretty much a tank and spank, but he does hit kind of hard. So the same thing with the Overlord. Keep up your Demoralizing Shout or Shield Block. He can... Okay, so he casts this move called Rampage, which is around him. So anyone in melee combat, it's a damaging AoE knockdown. And then he will also enrage at some point, and he will hit faster and harder. So when he turns red, healer, make sure you're on point and keeping your tank alive. Because that's when he starts really dishing out the DPS. So he drops a dagger and leather pants. Great for you truckers out there. Alright, next. Level 33, the Blind Hunter. He is the other rare spawn. He is essentially a tank and spank. There's nothing special about him. He's got a chance to drop a bow that actually has stats on it, for all you people who want that little stat stick ranged weapon. Cloth shoulders, or a neck. And then the last boss, level 34, Charlga Razorflank. She casts Chain Bolt, which is essentially Chain Lightning. Hits up to 3 targets. So DPS, melee DPS spread out, so you're not all getting bolted. We'll also cast Purify, which is like pretty much a 2-second paladin bubble. She becomes immune to everything, just for 2 seconds. It just comes on and then it kind of fades off. But if you're a warrior or a druid, don't waste your rage when you see that little bubble pop up. She can also cast Mana Spike, which is like this blue beams of light that come from her, and it renews her mana pool. So if you just see that, she's just refreshing her mana pool. And then she can also cast Renew, the healing spell. So down here at the bottom, for the Horde, she will drop the small scroll for the level 28 quest. She can drop a one-handed axe, a shield, or a ring for your Fangle. Alright, and then after you kill her, make sure, especially if you're Alliance, go ahead and drop down, go into the hut that's over to the left, and knock out these 2 quests. So the Goblin is going to have your escort quest, and the Night Elf here is going to have you pick up an item and then turn that into a different Night Elf. So don't forget, I see a lot of people who just quit after Razorflank. But at the same time, sometimes people just don't like doing this because it adds a lot more time to the dungeon. Next, the difficult encounters. These are my little warning signs. The first pool of the dungeon can involve a patrol, which can actually cause a big group. So that's probably the hardest pull, is if you just time it poorly or you're not paying attention. The other little warnings I have is around the escort quest. If you do decide to do the escort quest, one, when you jump down after Razorflank, make sure you jump down and you don't aggro a bunch of mobs. You jump down into a nice clear spot where everyone can be ready to start clearing stuff. Clear out that area, because when you do start the escort quest, extra mobs will spawn in certain locations. So just clear out that immediate area right before you start the escort, the goblin. Alright, shortcuts. There's not really any shortcuts, but if you do go for Roogug, when you start backtracking, you'll actually drop down instead of coming or going back the way you came. Just drop down when you get to the cliff and head to the left. You'll skip about 2 packs if you do that. Other than that, it's a pretty linear dungeon. So sorry, there's no shortcuts unless you feel like you don't want to do the escort and you hearth out. Other than that, the escort makes you go all the way back to the front of the dungeon in a big circle. Alright, next, the map! Here's the map, here we go. Alright, so we're entering right here. This is where we're entering. So you enter, this is where my little warning sign is, because a patrol could essentially turn that into a 3-pack pull. If you're going for a Roogug, you're going to shoot off, just follow my mouse here. You're going to shoot off to the left. You're going to run across this little vine thing right here. And then you'll go into this area, and Roogug is right there. Usually there's a treasure chest either here or here. And then when you kill Roogug, run your way back out. When you get back to right here, this is where you can drop down. You can either run across the vine where you came from. I would say jump down, and then you'll run across this vine that leads you back up to right here. So once you're right here, then you'll work your way into this area. You'll work your way through this little valley, and then you'll choose a path either left or right. I think most paths will go right. They'll hit the Death Speaker Jargba first. That's the harder boss. And once you know you can kill Jargba, you run back, you go to the left side, and then you kill Aggem. Once you kill Aggem, you'll run back this way, you'll go into this room, and you'll attack Overlord Ramtusk. Once you kill Overlord Ramtusk, you'll come down here. There's usually a treasure chest in this area. You'll cross this little root bridge type of thing, and one of the rare spawns, the Earth Speaker Halmgar, if they are there, they'll be right there. It's a big mob, you can't miss it. Then you'll go across the little bridge. You'll clear out some of the mobs here. You'll go across these bridges as well, killing mobs. Then you'll enter this cave. You'll go down here. You'll kill the mobs that are guarding the door to Agathelos the Raging. You'll enter his little nook. Agathelos will charge you. You'll engage Agathelos and kill him. Then you'll run back out. If the Blind Hunter, which is the other rare spawn, is there, then he'll be up in this back corner. He's just kind of like a slightly bigger, slightly whiter bat. Then you'll work your way out of the cave, and then you will engage Charlga Razorflank. She's actually in this hut, but the way you fight her, you'll most likely pull her back out into this little field right here. So yes, she is in this hut, but you'll pull her out. So that's where I have her. And then if you decide to do the escort and the night elf quest, this is where my warning sign is. Just clear out this whole area, all of this right here, up to here. Clear out all these guys. Go into the hut. Talk to the night elf. Get that quest. Then start the escort quest. Make sure everyone is around when you start the escort quest and no one is dead, because if someone starts it when someone's dead, that's it. It's gonna go and that person missed out. So make sure everyone's alive and they're there and they're ready to accept it. The escort quest will make you follow this whole path all the way around, winding out, and I'm pretty sure you go back up to this route and then back around here. And then he will stop before the exit to where you will turn in the quest inside the dungeon. So don't just run out willy-nilly thinking that you finished everything. He stops before the dungeon exit, which is where you will turn it in and pick the ring that you want. So that is it. You have completed Razorfen Kraul. Now we're going to go on a tour. This dungeon has changed since Cataclysm. So if you want to see the tour, that's what we're going to do next. If you don't want to see the tour, thank you for watching. But here we go. Okay, so this is the beginning area right outside. And there is the dungeon entrance. So you'll enter the dungeon. So we're going to go as if we have a warrior in our group. So you will turn here. You'll get on this vine. You'll go across. And then Roogug is right there. So you can pretty much... There's Roogug. Like I said, Roogug is not linked to any one of these mobs. So if you're clever enough to... you can definitely pull these mobs without pulling Roogug. And then once you clear the mobs out of the way, then attack Roogug. So then you go back, and then we'll go to the shortcut. So normally you would just follow that route back, but just jump off right here. You only have to kill one mob right here, and then work your way back up, and you'll kill these guys. And you'll skip all of this right here. So you'll skip that. You'll run all the way in here. we're going to go to Death Speaker Jargba, so this is where you get to make your choice. We're going to Death Speaker Jargba. Go kill all these guys. And then here you have Death Speaker Jargba and his 2 ads. They are linked. So you'll kill them. You'll run back. And now we will go to the left side. So we'll circle around back this way. The mechanics on this boss have changed. So, and then here is Aggem Thorncurse. So you'll kill Aggem Thorncurse. And then we will head to Overlord Ramtusk. So you'll run up here, you'll clear out all these guys, and then here is Overlord Ramtusk with his 2 ads. You'll kill Overlord Ramtusk. There's a chest over here, and I think over by Roogug there was a chest on the other side too. But can't really see. Yep, there it was for a second. You can barely see it right there. Oh, my mouse just freaked out. So there's another chest. So when you're attacking Roogug, there is a chest over there as well. You'll go across here. Okay, so there's Earthcaller Halmgar. It's dead. It's a bug. So there's Earthcaller Halmgar. You'll fight your way this way. You'll go across the bridge, and you're going to be heading into the caves. So you head into the caves here. You'll kill these guys, the ward keepers. Once you kill the ward keepers, the gate will come down, and then you can engage Agathelos the Raging. So once he sees you, he will charge you. And then you'll fight your way through the little caves with all these bats. And there is the blind hunter. So he is in the spot. And look, a little chest. So see, he's just a little wider, a little lighter, and a little bigger than your normal bats. You'll work your way back over here, kill all these guys, and then here in this hut is the last boss. So Charlga Razorflank. So you'll lure her out down here. You'll kill Charlga Razorflank, and then you'll want to jump down. So when you jump down, make sure you're ready to engage 1 or 2 mobs. So you would probably engage this one. I would say clear out all these guys. Work your way in here. And then here are your 2 quests. So talk to the Night Elf, get the Alliance quest if you're Alliance, and then start the escort quest with the Goblin. And then he will run this way. Every once in a while, extra pigs will spawn, but he will be going this way. You'll be fighting all these guys. If you're working on blue leaf tubers, this is also a perfect place to do that too. You're going to be calling forth your little snuffle rat, or whatever it's called, to dig up the blue leaf tubers for you to pick. You'll get all the way over here. You'll go back up this area. Since you've already dropped down, you've probably already killed a lot of these things. And then you'll go back this way to the front of the dungeon. And that is it. Razorfen Kraul has been completed. You are the savior. I hope this was entertaining for you. I hope this taught you something. But you definitely have all the names of all the gear that can drop here and all the quests. So if you have any questions, you can definitely look it up on the database yourself. I will see you in Classic. A thing.